come here.
Is that Trina? The Three Rivers Beer Company. Oh my God, I thought I got lost. It's in the middle of this industrial and commercial area. I didn't expect, I thought it was a bar. My
It's
God.
right here. And it almost is a bar.
Is that where we're cooking?
This is exactly where you're cooking.
Oh my God, thank
Ready
you.
for you.
Look at this is a real bar. My God, in the shade.
I'll bet you'd like a beer.
Oh, definitely. What do you propose?
Well, we brew traditional beers here, so I'd like to pour you a Cuchulainn Irish Red, if I may.
Oh, definitely you can.
Okay, perfect.
Fantastic, just like in Italy.
That's right.
Wow, that's a deep red. Brilliant. So it's a red Irish.
It is an Irish Red, brewed in the traditional way. I can tell you more about us and our beers if you'd like to come around.
Definitely. Tastes fantastic. Show me around. How long you been around for?
Oh, well, we've been in business for nearly 3 years, coming on 3 years here at this space.
Right here? Wow.
Yes, in the light industrial area of Greenfields, and we pride ourselves on making traditional craft beer. So, for instance, one of our seasonal beers is a Goza from the Goza River region in Leipzig, Germany.
Gozer in Germany? All right. I never heard about these beers. Right, what does it consist? What does it taste like?
It's a salty sour beer.
Salty sour? So you mean salt and what, lime or citrus?
It can be any number of sour fruits, but in our case, it has a lime profile that gives it sourness.
Interesting for food. I would love to cook with this. I brought a couple of rabbits. I marinated rabbits and braised it with it. I think I'm gonna use this when I call marketing kitchen later.
Great idea to use the Goza for cooking.
Thank you. And what is this? Belgium.
Make Belgian wit beer. That's also seasonal in summer. And then some of our standard beers are an English bitter and an Irish red. We have some seasonal dark beers. The Tomahawk, which is our best-selling beer.
American Pale Ale, Tomahawk. My God, I've got something to pair this with. I got some beautiful steak. Look at this. Oh. I just brought some tomahawk steak.
Oh,
we're gonna cook with this beer. Wow, I've been marinating this rabbit with an amazing beer. The recipe is very simple. Just heat up the pan, some good extra virgin olive oil, gingerly of course. Get some onions, julienne. Get the onions into the olive oil. While the onions cooked, we're gonna strain this rabbit and dry it up. So the rabbit has been marinating in the goose beer for 24 hours. What the beer will do to it, not only will tenderize it, but because it's got that beautiful cider taste and the salty taste, we'll add the extra flavors. So we don't have to dust it in the flour or so forth. You know, the rabbit, it's a muscly meat. We need it to tenderize the meat. The beer is the best way to tenderize it in 24 hours. And this is special because it gives the extra flavor to it. Dry up the rabbits. We don't want to bring moist into that oil and sear the meat. Once we pour all this meat into the oil and we sear it, we're gonna add some pepper. Don't be shy with the herbs. So you can add some extra rosemary, because the one you marinated with, it loses a bit in the beer, all the good flavor. And keep the salt last. Since we got plenty of room in this beautiful pan, we're going to dry also the kidneys and the liver. And here we need just a light cooking. We don't want to overcook. Don't throw nothing away. This is the best part, full of proteins. Don't be short of extra virgin olive oil, always good for the cooking. Keep the offal on the side because they will take much shorter time to cook. And keep turning the rabbit until it's gold. My mother gave me this recipe. I always have the difficulties to braise or cook the rabbit and keep it tender and moist. And then finally, a couple of years ago, she revealed it that she marinated rabbit in beers. You know, and so this is something I really achieved from lots of years of experience. And in my family, they've been cooking rabbit forever, you know. My grandfather always chased the head. I don't know why, but he loved the head. I prefer the leg. Hey, Mark, come here.
Very.
Show me this Goza beer. Goza. Is that how you call it?
Gozer. Think of it like a Z, not an S.
Gozer.
Gozer.
Like Maurizio.
Maurizio Gozer.
Zorro.
That'll do.
Fantastic.
Close enough.
So it's in German?
It's from the city of Leipzig.
Oh, Leipzig.
Yep, on the Gozer River in Germany. So
Okay.
it's very traditional beers, like Trina was saying. So we do it traditionally the way they do it in Germany. Fitzgerald, we do a very traditional cooking.
I'm gonna use your beer again to simmer with beer and cook it, braise it. It's gonna taste good, promise.
Smells good.
And this beautiful goose beer. Oh, just let's braise it with this beautiful goose beer. So now we cover it and let's cook it for at least an hour, very slowly. And then while we talk about your brewery, I'm gonna prepare this tomahawk, and I never expect to find a beer called tomahawk. So it was an opportunity to match it together.
Yeah.
And I think we're gonna do this on a charcoal. So I prepared some charcoal outside, and that I think the caramelized meats with the aged meat with your beer. Again, it's gonna be a clean palate, or you know, the sort of contrast that. So tell me about your story. How did you come up with this brewery, and what's your background?
Well, my background's in science. Originally, I'm an environmental scientist.
You're a scientist.
Water quality management, which I'm still doing really. I'm managing water
course.
quality. This time we're improving it with making beer out of it. The background to the brewery is, again, like the way you're cooking today. We're a very traditional brewery in the way that we make our beer. We're very traditional in the recipes that we use.
So match with my cuisine, back to
Absolutely,
basic. The
absolutely,
flavors,
yeah.
natural products.
We're all about making heritage beers in a heritage brewery.
Fantastic.
One thing I should point out was there's no official brewing equipment here, so we're an upcycled brewery. In America, they call it a Franken brewery, like Frankenstein.
All right.
It's all bits and pieces that have been cobbled together. So all of our brew tanks that you can see in our fermenters, they're all actually milk tanks from dairy farms. People used horizontal fermenters for hundreds and hundreds of years.
Really?
It works fine. So the vertical one is just a new invention.
So while the rabbit is actually gonna cook for the next hour, we're gonna enjoy. Grab a beer.
I'll bring mine. I've got one for you as well.
Thank you. While we enjoy a beer,
Yep.
let's cook this beautiful tomahawk steak. And you know what? I want to prepare my palate. I would love to have a tomahawk beer with this. Thank you. Just outside this fantastic brewery, you know, we're gonna slowly cook it, marinate it just with pepper, garlic, and rosemary, and we're gonna do a great match. The tomahawk steak with the tomahawk beer. Oh, that's the way you want it. Cook. Another minute. And if it just has a bit of that,
Some more refreshments for you,
fantastic. Some for the fire, cool down the fire, and some for the steak. The two tomahawks, the steak and the beer, matched, made in heaven. Ready. Come with me. The tomahawk is ready. So I'm now going to add some salt. I didn't want to put any salt, and have all the juice, the proteins in it. While this just cool down, you need to let it rest. We're gonna check again the rabbit. Don't forget the rabbit may run away, especially when it's drank all those beers. It's coming fantastic. I love it. Amazing. Meanwhile, the steak is fantastically ready. So you guys are ready for this? Once it's rested, the meat you can cover better and doesn't lose all the juice, which is all proteins, you know? So let it rest for a few minutes, and when you cut it, you can see the meat is intact. So we may just need a touch more salt. That's ready to enjoy. There is some parts are more cooked, the outside of the skirt, and some are more less cooked, so depending on what you like. This beautiful meat was kindly sponsored by Rump Gourmet Butcher in Mandra, and he did a great job. He aged it, and then we came here and marinated and cooked it with the tomahawk beer. So we found this tomahawk in an amazing butcher shop down the road here in Mandra, Rump's Butcher Gourmet. It's amazing, really. He looked after us, and he cut some amazing meat. So the part I like is close to the bones. This one, very rare. What I just do, because the salt may not get into it, I just add some salt. This is the best part I prefer, with some truffle just close to the bone, nice, juicy and moist and rare.